Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another edition of Soccer As We Like It. The Man United direction, the eve of the FA Cup final between Manchester United and Manchester City. While you're watching, please don't forget to smash the subscribe and like our video. Thank you very much. Right, we have some other news to cover before we get to that other part that we're all looking forward to. The Mason Mount story is gathering momentum and it seems to have run away with legs. Despite the guy being on vacation with his mate Ben Chilwell, the situation is this. Chelsea won 80 million. United have offered 55 million. Apparently, United have agreed personal terms. The camp of Mason Mount have said no personal terms have been agreed. So, what do you believe and what don't you believe? The Sun. Okay, it is the Sun. They are saying United have offered a swap deal. That we're not sure of. But we all know the swap deal we all prefer, which will be Harry Maguire going the other way and Mason Mount coming this way. But look at things from a very categorically point of view. Chelsea have 12 central defenders, 12, 10 to 12 central defenders. Chelsea need to offload because they have players who are going to be surplus to requirements. They have overbought, overspent, and Tom Boehly has just stacked so many players who are not going to be used by Pochettino. He won't use. He's going to. So there's what we call a mass clearance. Everything must go clearance and get rid of all the trash and the crap and keep the quality. So get rid of the quantity and keep the quality. So Mason Mount's contract, he'll be free next year. His contract runs out, he's on his last year of his contract. He wants to go to United, apparently. But we've got to ask ourselves, our United fans, yes, they said Ten Hag lies in, blah, blah, blah. But we've got to look at this guy. Is he that good? How good is he? Is he better than Casemiro? Is he better than Bruno? Is he better than what we have? Last season, when he played for under Tuchel in the Champions League, he did well. He scored 13 goals and about 6 assists. This season, it's a big drop from 13 goals to 3 goals and 3 assists, which means, and he played in the World Cup. He only came on for the games where England had already won. He made no impact. His last game I actually did see him was when Man United played Southampton. He touched the ball 20 times in 63 minutes. As a midfielder, that shows he either disappears, he hides. We already have one of those people who go to hide. You all know who I'm talking about. We all know those players who already disappear during games and vanish and just appear. But no, we had enough of that. You're going to stand out, you're going to show out, and you're going to play out. But all this hiding behind players and not wanting the ball, I'm sorry, we've done that. We've passed, that ship has sailed. We're not doing that anymore. We are done. So I'll say this. I don't think Mason Mount, in my opinion, is that great. I think he's a ball carrier. He's not better than Pogba when Pogba was at his peak playing for United when his head was right. I think Mason Mount is all right. He's just all right. I'll give him a 6.2, and I'm being generous now. Last season, Mason Mount, and this season, Mason Mount, are completely night and day. It shows that the guy has dropped in form. It could be a case maybe every Ten Hag can bring the best out of him, like he brought Rashford, who was last season walking on the pitch like he was walking his dog down in the Central Park. But it has changed and it has verified differently. I don't think Mason Mount is worth 80 million or 55 million. I'll pay 40 for him, and I'm being generous. I think because it's English, his money's gone up, his price tag has gone up, but is he that good? When I give the stats of 3 goals and 3 assists this season, that's actually poor. That is absolutely ridiculous. That's just not good enough. But to come to a team like United, where the expectations are much higher than the Stamford Bridge, this guy might just crumble like cookies instantly. He might just cookie crumble instantly. So he has to ask himself, does he want to come to United? On the other side, United fans talking about, oh, we'd rather have Declan Rice. But Declan Rice says he wants to go play at Arsenal. West Ham to Arsenal is okay, but Arsenal United are completely two different teams. We're a better and bigger team than Arsenal. You know, we are literally bigger than Arsenal. It is a fact. We know that. They know that. We all know that. You know that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much. We are growing in an immense rate, but it's your support and your subscription that has gotten this channel this far. So please continue to share our content and like our product. We're on all the social media platforms, including Spotify. So check us out. So in reference to Mason Mount, a lot of United fans are saying we'd rather have Declan Rice. 100 million? No way. 100 million? No effing way. Mason Mount, 18 million, no effing way. I will swap Harry Maguire for Mason Mount. But the funny thing is, do Chelsea even want Harry Maguire? I don't think they want him. I don't think they want him. Does he want to go Chelsea or does he want to go West Ham? But I think Harry Maguire in his mind, he's thinking he's much better than going to West Ham. He's an England starter, deputy England captain. I can't leave Man United to go West Ham. That's a downward step. I'd rather go to Spurs or Pochettino. Actually, but the funny thing is, Pochettino has always liked Harry Maguire, even at the whole City days. So they could reunite at Spurs, and it could be great for them. It could be a great reunion or a great new starting relationship. So I mean, between Harry Maguire and Spurs and Pochettino. But I think from that statement I read to you guys when we did the Eric Ten Hag interview, he said he's a great professional. He said he trains well. He's really great in training. He does whatever. But how is he going to compete with somebody who is fantastic in Varane? That statement stuck with me. How do you challenge a guy who is fantastic, who's won 4 Champions League? It's a no-brainer, mate. It's Harry's decision. If he wants to stay as a squad player, he is welcome. But he's not in my first team starting plans. It's done. He said what he needs to say, and that's all that he needs to say, mate. But it comes down to Harry. Does he want to play regular football? He won't get that United. Not going to happen. He can go Chelsea. There's going to be competition there because they're doing a clear out. And would he fit into their system? I don't think Chelsea play 3 centre backs like England did. Another issue. At Spurs, I think he would fit better at Spurs than at Chelsea. But does Dan Levy want him? Another thing. United want Kane. Dan Levy said, if a club from outside of UK come for him, it's 100 million. Any club within the Premier League is 120 million. I think that guy forgot to take his medication. I think he's an absolute tosser. He's confused. He's absolutely confused. So my thing is this. Check it out. I think Mason Mount can end up at United, but not for 80 million, not for 55 million, but about 40 million. A player swap. But what player can we offer them? We could offer them Fred, could offer them McTominay. But do they want our players? That's the thing. Do they want our players? That's another thing you got to ask yourself. But overall, that is the latest news coming out. That even Manchester Evening News are saying United are really on the hunt of Mason Mount. But it seems every journalist is trying to be the head start of a story. They want to be the first to break the news. We are just going to deliver the news as we receive it. So we have to decipher what makes sense and what doesn't, and deliver to you, fantastic audience and supporters of our channels. So Mason Mount to United, possible. 80 million, impossible. 55 million, yeah, 40, 50. On anything under 50, I think makes sense. He's got 1 year's contract, or United could wait till he's a free agent next season. That makes sense. Not this season coming, the following one. Yes, 2025. Yeah, I think so. So that makes sense. Declan Rice going to Arsenal. Can Arsenal afford him? They probably can. I think they can. Then we could go for Casillas. So you know what I mean? So if Declan Rice decides to go to Arsenal instead of Man United, that's good. But if we're getting players, they need to be better than what we currently have. There's no point in just getting players who are just going to fit in. No, we're done the fitting in square pegs and round holes. We are done. You're getting in, you're coming as an impact player. You're going to do a job that is better than what we have, that you could take us to the next level. That's where United need to be, where we need to think. All right? That's all I got for you on Mason Mount. I'll swap him for Harry Maguire without a button an eyelid. I'll buy him for under 50 million. But he's not that great. When I read the stats to you, this season 3 goals in 3 assists out of 25 games. That's not good enough. You know, against Southampton, he only tried the ball 20 times in 63 minutes. As a midfielder, that is really poor. In the World Cup, he made no impact for England. He was just there. So if he's not the top man in Chelsea, you see what I mean? I think this guy for Leicester is better. Madison. I think Madison is a better player than Mason Mount. That's my take. You don't have to agree with me. Drop your comments. Tell us what you think. But overall, other than that, the big FA Cup final tomorrow, mate, that is going to be a game. Like Ten Hag said, it's not about stopping them getting the trouble. It's about us building our legacy and our dynasty era of winning. That's what it is. Without Martial and Anthony injured, don't know if he's going to play a role or not. Has it become difficult? I won't say that difficult. I think United, when they get the chances, they got to capitalize on them. They can't be missing chances and hitting the post, and they just got to be more clinical. It looks like oh God, Workhorse is going to start. I don't know. Seriously, I don't know if it's going to start, but it looks like it's going to be Garnacho, Rashford, and Sancho. Then Bruno behind him. That's tough. I would have preferred Sancho on the left, Rashford on the left, Martial in the middle, Sancho on the right, or Anthony on the right. No, Anthony on the right. But things have changed. As in, these things do happen. But it is what it is. So I'm hoping and I'm believing. I think United's going to beat Man City. I was talking to a lot of Man City fans this week, and they're saying, "Don't even bother turning up to Wembley. You're going to be buried at Wembley. You're going to be tortured. It's going to be a massacre. It's going to be 6-4-5-0." Okay, that's fine. If you haven't heard or watched our video, we did a preview of Man United and Man City fans this week. Look at it, watch it, support it. Drop your comments what you thought about what the Sunny the man represented City and Devin represented United in the head-to-head in reference to who will win the game. De Bruyne against Bruno. Rashford against Haaland. Kyle Walker, Wan-Bissaka. Alisson, I can't remember, and De Gea. They even said they're not going to use the real goalkeeper, they're going to play the reserve keeper. Ain't that a bloody cheek? But that's Pep just playing mind games. I don't care what it's. But I think this United team will be up for it. It's a Manchester derby. You got to be up for it. If you're not up for Manchester derby, I don't know what you're going to be up for. That badge. And Casemiro told the lads, he's played in so many cup finals, 5 Champions League finals. He will tell them what to expect from this one, especially when it's against your biggest rivals, your next door neighbor. So the city of Manchester is either going to be blue or red tomorrow. We're hoping it's going to be this color, this badge being waved around the stadium. I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. From me, it's goodbye and good night. Glory, glory, Man United. We can lift the FA Cup 2023. Be safe now, mate.